Hi everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is SIVAGANESON Kumarasamy as a senior engineer working at a DC World Power Industry. For the World Engineering Day, I would like to explain some information on how does DC motor works. Let's go. As you guys seeing equivalent circuit on the screen, it is equivalent circuit of the shunt DC motor. If you guys have a problem on how to identify the DC shunt motor, I give you a simple tips where you should see the armature and the field winding connected in the parallel. If yes, that is a shunt DC motor. We are going to look on the some formula on DC shunt motor, which is IF equals to VT over RF. To find the VT, we should have EA plus IA times with RA. To find the lump current, you find the IA plus with IF. Let's look deeply on DC shunt motor. DC shunt motor is a type of self-exited DC motor. There is also we call another name DC shunt wound DC motor. The field winding in the motor can be connected in parallel to the armature winding. So both of winding of this motor will expose on the equal voltage power supply, and this motor maintaining a invariable speed with any kind of the load. This motor has a low starting torque and also run at a constant speed. Okay, now let's look on working principle of DC shunt motor. The stator field can either be made of actual permanent magnet or field winding, which both produce a constant magnetic field through the rotor. The rotor consists of armature winding, output shaft, commutator and brushes. The armature winding is a coil of wire that snakes through the armature of the method that guide the armature winding around the output shaft. This armature winding terminal at the commutator rings, which are mechanically separate from the DC power source over the output shaft, waiting to be pushed by the brushes. When the operator starts the motor, the brushes scrapes down the commutator rings and complete the circuit. This causing the current flow through the brushes, commutator rings and armature winding. When this happens, an electric field is produced in the armature, which opposite the permanent stator field. Since the rotor is free to rotate, the interact between these two fields cause rotation on the output shaft and unlimited use speed or torque. Okay, let's see more on DC shunt motor. If the terminal voltage is not constant, the voltage variation will be affect the shape of the torque speed curve. Moreover, another effect internal to the motor that can also affect the shape of the torque speed curve is armature reaction. If the motor has armature reaction, then its load increase, the flux weaken, effect reduce the flux. Okay, there are three ways how DC motor can be controlled. First, adjusting the field resistor. Second, adjusting the terminal voltage. And the most less common method is inserting a resistor in series with an armature circuit. As a conclusion, I want to ask you guys that is that DC shunt motor is important for our daily life? My answer will be yes. DC shunt motor are ideal where extract the speed control is needed due to their self-regulation speed capacities. The application of this motor mainly comprise machine instruments like grinder, latches, and industry tools like compressor as well as fan. Thank you. Happy Engineer Day.